I want to start with, where did your first 10 customers come from?
Yeah. Before we get to the 10, big beneficial for the audience to understand what as a company we do so that, it makes the dot connected. So Responsive as a brand, when we started the company back in 2016, was laser focused on helping the revenue teams or the people who are selling their product and services through RFPs, RFIs to fill out those answers. Such where, in fact, our name prior to rebranding to Responsive was called RFPIO. That was the original name of the company. So it was there for almost 7 years, and we just this year we rebranded the company to Responsive. We'll get into that in more along the lines, but fundamentally, the problem that we solve and we continue to solve is companies to put their best foot forward when it comes to responding to the constantly asked questionnaire. It could be security questionnaire, it could be due diligence questionnaire. So my background, how I got exposed to this space, it's interesting. Like I said, in many other conversations, we don't have any cool garage story like Apple or Google, or dorm room story like Facebook or Snapchat. It is a true story when the three of us, me, Shankar, and Sundar, were working in the company prior to starting Responsive as what they call a subject matter expert. I was the product manager. My current CTO, Sundar, was the engineering manager, and my current COO, Shankar, was the implementation manager. So when the sales team gets an RFP that they need to be responding to, they throw the product-related questions to me, and Sundar gets the engineering and security-related question, and Shankar gets the implementation and onboarding questions. But I was there with the company for almost 9 years. Never once my boss called me and gave me a pay rate because I did a fantastic RFP response. Keeping in mind, even the word RFP was not in my job description. I was 9 years. My KPI was, as a product manager, was how the release is going, sprint planning. That was my KPI. So, but however, responding to RFP felt like more cannot avoid situation, because that was the breadwinner for the company. I had to help sales team to win deals. So technically, what we were doing is we were looking in the market to see if there are any solution to automate that work. I estimated close to 35% of my time as a product manager was going into supporting my sales team. So that is what we, and then, like I said, that was not my primary job. So similar experience from my two other co-founders. So we decided to look into the market to see if there are any solutions out there. That's when we realized that there are not a lot of solutions in the market to solve the problem that we were trying to solve. So that piqued our interest, and we decided to dig deeper, and came back empty-handed with not a lot of solution. So the company that I used to work for, about 250 employee company, it was very, the technology out there was not connecting the dots for a 250 employee company. Then you can only imagine how complex it will be for enterprise companies like Fortune companies. So that kind of gave us the boost to start. And, it's been 8 years now since we took the reins on our own hands. It's an amazing journey. Coming back to your original question, how did we get the first 10 customers? It's an interesting thing because, like I said, we are a perfect user for this product. Myself, I would have been a perfect user for this product. But I think at that time we estimated close to 60 years of man years of experience the three of us had to start the product. But we did not assume what we know is the problem for everybody. So we all, when we launched in early 2016, it took almost 6 months of time to do the beta testing. We did a beta, and then what we did is to get the first 10 customers.
Not beta.
Yeah, that's correct.
How did you find people for the beta?
Yeah. So like I said, I worked in the previous company for almost 10 years, right? I was a support, like a pre-sales support person helping my sales team to win deals. So I had a lot of connection with the sellers. Over the period of 9 years, I worked with literally if not hundreds, at least tens of, sellers, AEs, who knows this is the problem, RFP, they have to deal with RFP. So I reached out to all those people who I worked in the past to say, hey, this is a solution that I am trying to build. Would it resonate with you? Surprisingly, majority of the people raised their hand and said, yes, this is a problem that we encounter. And I hate doing RFP. That was the, right? So I said, okay, we have a solution to make it a lovable experience so that you can win deals. So that was my pitch to them. And they got, we had about, 15, 20, of beta testers. Again, not, some are official, some are non-official. So basically saying, hey, I know Ganesh, I know Sundar, so I know Shankar. I'll do a favor to test it out and see if this works out. So, and then it became a hook for them. So I think we converted 3 or 4 out of that initial 15 to a paying customer. So that is from our own experience of connecting to the people that we know through network and telling the story that resonates with them. It's not like, okay, I'm building this crazy thing. And to simplify things, what we did, Collin, is early on in the stage, we said we are going to solve one problem, and we said no one else can do that solution better than us. In our case, it was how we handled just simple Excel document. Excel-based RFPs is what we started. We said we will be the best. If you receive an Excel RFP, there's no other tool in the market that can easily solve how you respond to an RFP that came in an Excel format. Very focused, very narrowed down use case, but it clearly was a big pain point for the customers that we get. Yeah,
I felt this. I spent way too much time filling and responding to RFPs. You're giving me like nightmares right now. I'm reliving all those because we didn't have anything like this. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. So, and then that caught an attention with a local business journal, Portland Business Journal, wrote an article about us back then, because when we started Momentum it's a local market. So they wrote an article about, this up and coming proposal management RP software. It's amazing to see. We have gotten a couple of, inbound response saying, hey, we are a local Portland company, looks like you guys are developing something cool idea. We would love to see if we can help. Literally our first, I would say second degree customer, all the initial our first degree connection, literally the first paying customer came from this article. And I think it's the community effect that we had to help us start the journey.
That's amazing. So if I summarize, it's the beta users came from your network. You're reaching out to people on LinkedIn. Hey, this is the problem space that we're trying to solve. This is how we're thinking of solving it. And then the kind of second layer was you got a little press in the Portland, in a Portland Business Review. And that's where the next kind of wave started coming from.
Correct. Exactly.